Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Dorr, Chicago Psychic Medium Intuitive Consultant, and I'm excited because I have Linda G in the house, and also Kevin's in the house.
Hi, everyone.
He's got good lighting.
Yeah, right.
It's my webcam.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good webcam. Send me the link of what that is. I'll buy that one.
I only paid $40 for it. It has the audio input in it as well. So
What's the brand?
Nextgo.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
Thanks. Send it to me.
I keep my lighting dull so all the wrinkles don't show.
I like to keep mine blurry as possible.
Botox wearing off, girlfriend. Mine.
Hey, are you guys having trouble with your computers or internet today?
Oh, computers, internet, phones at the office.
Yeah, something's going on.
Something's up.
A friend just said she tried to call me and something was weird with my voice thing, and I've been noticing it takes longer to connect if I'm trying to search something. And I did a mediumship this morning. It literally froze like I've never seen. I had to turn the computer off, unplug it.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what was going on.
How about you, Kevin?
I haven't really had any internet issues today. I had a couple of readings and that was all good. I think this morning I tried calling you back after you called me, and I didn't get through. So, I mean, besides that, nothing really major.
No, I've had issues all day long with stuff. It's just.
Well, I tried to call you, Mel, and I heard the powder of Christ will compel you.
You heard what?
I heard the powder of Christ will compel you. I said, uh-oh, caught you at a bad time.
I love it. All right, I'm looking on my community board here. Just give me 1 second, okay? Okay, so I guess the biggie is the thing on all of our minds is this whole thing with Ukraine.
Yeah.
Boy, it even just gets me anxious to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess one of the questions is, remember during World War II, the Japanese had Tokyo Rose? Well, with Tucker Carlson, I'm calling him Kremlin Carlson because, he's got his nose up Putin's rear end.
He's getting paid for it too.
Of course he is. If he wasn't getting paid, he wouldn't be doing it. So people are asking what is going to happen with Kremlin Carlson. That's a big question.
Well, he's going to go down into a deep hole and keep going.
It's
a little ways off. It's more when the Orange Crush goes down. Entertainment purposes only.
Oh, yes, entertainment purposes only.
When the Orange Crush goes down, that's when you'll start seeing. Fox News is going to get hit with a couple of good-sized lawsuits.
Yeah.
And also people are asking exactly, because it seems like a lot of the repubes are for this whole Putin thing, or the Trumplicans anyway. So people are asking, speaking of that, with all this that's come out, my phone's been ringing all day long, and people are wanting to know what's going to happen with the network that Kremlin Carlson is on.
Yeah, Fox News is gonna, well, first of all, excuse me for answering right away.
Go ahead.
Since I've already read on this, what's his face is gonna drop dead, the old fart, the one that runs it. He's gonna die sooner than later. And when he goes down, then I see the Sons take over and they'll totally remesh it.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be such an extremist
Yes.
news.
Well, the other thing is, it's interesting because he hates Trump. So I don't understand what the heck. I guess it makes money. But Bad Company on my Twitter accounts, he watched Fox News today for 30 minutes just to see what they were doing. And they were actually for the Ukraine. I think the only ones who are going against Ukraine are people like Tucker Carlson and that woman, whatever her name is.
Oh, what is her name?
She didn't like the way
Ingram.
Zelensky was so pathetic.
Well, I'm
Laura
sorry.
Ingram.
Laura Ingraham.
Yeah.
She didn't like the way that that Zelensky begged in Russian. She said he spoke Russian of all things. And I said, yeah, his first language was Russian. But he's Jewish and his family fought in World War II. He's not a Nazi.
No. It's like when Putin says he's going to go into Ukraine to denazify Ukraine. I'm like, what? I mean, something that happened 80 years ago and Zelensky is part Jewish. Give me a break.
And you know, if you look at Putin, something's wrong with him. And he's got that moon face like people on prednisone. So something's going on with him.
That was another question people were asking. Is he like losing his mind?
I think some guy on the news said he'd work with Putin on and off. He's a jerk. He's always been a jerk. He said, but something's different with him. Something's way different. And somebody was saying they had somebody who's a friend from Russia who literally said he's mad. He's mad.
A lot of people think he has Parkinson's. I don't know if I believe that, but I definitely think there's something's off with him neurologically.
Yeah. And Parkinson's will cause delusions of grandeur. You start having delusions.
Lewy body dementias, they think is a form of Parkinson's, can do that.
Okay.
You notice in the old movies with Hitler, he always had his left hand behind his back because in the
Because
end,
it was always shaking. You can
That's
see it
summer.
occasionally, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, here's a huge one. Putin threatened to use nuclear weapons if the world interfere with his invasion of Ukraine. Will he do it?
No, I'm not feeling that.
Neither am I.
I think it would, Putin, I mean, he might be crazy right now, not totally with it, but that would be World War III. He doesn't want
It'd
that
be the end
either.
of Russia as we know
Right.
it. Because, you know, that's like that Kim Jong-un threatening, we're gonna do a nuke, honey. By the time that nuke hits something, you'd be blown off the face of the earth.
Right. Yeah, I'm not
So,
thinking that.
But you know, Putin is always like, oh, you better be careful or I'm gonna hit you with my big pee-pee. And you know, he's got a little squirt one about that big.
He likes to test the waters,
He does.
see what he can get away with. Yeah.
But you know, he just said, if the West interferes, you understand that I have great nuclear capability.
Yeah, well, so do we.
And, you know, so I can, you know, what, hit us with your little pee-pee? We really have good intel. Have you noticed how good the United States is at? They predicted every drop of this. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, they did. Absolutely. And you know, it's funny, my guys have been telling me that Putin wants the old Soviet Union back. We've been saying this for months. All of us have. And Biden said that in a speech, that he wants some of those countries back in the old Soviet Union. So that brings up another question people are asking. Will he invade other countries? Because if he can get Ukraine, then, you know, and he can get Serbia's on his side, but if he can get like, then go into Romania and go into Eastern Europe, I guess, will he stop with Ukraine? That is the question.
He's being stopped in midstream.
Yeah. Okay.
He's being
I
stopped.
agree. I'm feeling it. He might be somewhat successful, but with the Ukraine thing, I think it's going to be, I'm not seeing it going out for a whole long time. It seems kind of short term. I don't think he's going to be able to go to any other country.
Well, look at the crowds in Russia. Did you see the streets are packed? What did we say? At least I said it. I said the people in Russia are going to come out on the streets.
Yeah, they don't want this.
They arrested 1,400 people already.
And they're going to arrest more, obviously, but you can't arrest everybody.
No.
And I'm just thinking, Linda, I agree with you. And Kevin, I want to hear your thoughts on it too, that I think that what's going to be Putin's downfall are his own people. That's what I'm into it.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Yeah.
Right.
I saw him running. And it's also the oligarchs are paying big money to have him taken out.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the oligarchs are not going to be happy with all of these sanctions. And I see a lot of protesting within the public. I don't think it's very popular in Russia, what he's doing.
What
Well,
about
some of the Ukrainians, some of the soldiers from Russia are telling the Ukrainians, Putin talked us into this. We thought it was a whole different gig.
Right.
We thought you wanted us to come in and do this, and they're saying no.
What about all the dark money that, they are really have a lot of dark money that, in Europe, all through Europe. And I see a lot of those assets being seized. And what I'm seeing, my guides are showing me, is people coming forward higher up in the Putin organization and spilling the beans as to where this dark money's coming from, who's behind it all. And I'll bet you Trump's behind some of that too.
Oh, yeah. Well, his sons even said, we don't need American banks. We have Russia.
Well, so, but I guess people are wanting to know how, with seizing Putin's assets and all this and all that, but it's going to take a while. We're not going to see results of that overnight, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And did you see the stock market drop down over 800 points? And then it went back up. It was like at 80 points.
Oh, my
Higher.
phones were crazy today about the stock market, everything. It was crazy at the office today. Crazy. The thing, I can't remember it being this crazy. The most, and except for 911, that day was equally as crazy. The phones were going nuts. And I haven't had this sort of feeling in my gut since 911. And remember, Linda, you and I were talking about this premonition, this horrible feeling that everybody had.
Oh, yesterday I was pacing the floors. I wrote to my people and I said, for some reason, I'm really having an anxiety, and I normally don't get anxiety.
Yeah.
The
last couple of days for me, I've just been very energetically drained, especially this morning.
Yeah. Oh, today I barely could make it here.
Yeah, I was totally drained.
I'm exhausted. Yeah.
All my nails are gone. I'm like, I mean, I get anxiety.
I've already beaten my ex-husband. I don't know what to do.
Beat the ex-husband, beat the kids. The dogs are good.
Those are my babies.
Of course.
Right.
Okay. Oh, Laura Ingraham. That's what I was looking for. I know. Let me take a look here. A lot of people in the LGBTQ, if this keeps going, we're going to have the whole freaking alphabet, are because how Putin has treated LGBTQ.
Oh, I know.
It's horrible. And so they're also asking is what's going to happen to those people in Ukraine that are LGBTQ?
They won't be able to hold on to these people very long. You're not talking about years behind bars. This is going to end sooner than later. There's going to be a lot of underground stuff taking place too. But I almost feel like they'll say he's gone. He's no longer around. And then the regime changed. It could be my vision of Navalny. I saw him standing. He looked weak, but he was standing outside in the sunlight waving, and everybody, the crowds were screaming. So I think if it's not him, it's a new beginning for Russia.
Well, my guides, people want to know how long this thing in Ukraine will last. But I think my guides are at least I'm intuiting that Putin has seriously underestimated the Ukrainians because they're going to fight back.
And he underestimated his own people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He thought he could sit up there and lie to them, straight up lie to them.
Well, did you hear his speech? It was so disjointed. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah. And he called Zelensky a Nazi.
Oh, exactly. I'm like, what? He's got the shoe on the wrong foot.
The only thing he forgot to say is that I weigh 110 pounds. He just forgot that little detail.
And then he's got a small, and he's 5 foot tall. He's got a small nose. Okay, it's a small nose. I don't want to go to.
But it's amazing how Trump and him are two peas in the pod. Just lie like they're telling the truth, and
just like water ducks back, right?
Everybody's saying to me, everybody's telling me, everybody's saying what a terrific president I am.
Yeah, right.
Putin also underestimated NATO because with all of his help to destabilize the democracies, helping getting Trump in and the Boris Johnson and other elections he's tried to get into, his main goal with that was breaking up NATO and tearing it apart, and it's stronger than ever right now. So.
Oh yeah, and as soon as Biden came in, what's the first thing he did? He started working on NATO.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then a light bulb went off in my head, what's left of it, that when when T. Rump was president, and remember how T. Rump was totally against NATO and, oh, the United States is giving them too much money. They need to do their share. Remember all that? Okay, I'm thinking that Putin has been planning this invasion for a very long time.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
but then it made sense to me. Think about it. Putin didn't want NATO in Ukraine because if Putin would have invaded Ukraine with NATO there, he knew that NATO would all those countries would fight back.
Mhm.
So that just lets me know that Trump was kind of doing some of Putin's bidding against NATO because they were already setting the stage that they don't want NATO in Ukraine.
And Trump wanted to use the president for the fake lie about Hunter Biden.
Correct.
And do
Correct.
us a favor, though. You say what Hunter, you do something against Hunter Biden, and we'll give you your money then.
Right.
And the interesting thing is, this Nazi wouldn't do it.
Right.
He
And
wouldn't do it. To me, he's fantastic.
Zelensky said no, right?
He said no, but that's what. Can you imagine? He needed that money so bad, but he refused to lie about it.
And some are thinking this is a payback to Zelensky, but I kind of got a feeling though that this whole NATO thing, like I said, when Trump was saying he didn't want NATO in Ukraine, and then before that, I'm sorry, when Putin said that, and then Trump was against NATO, and then all of a sudden against Zelensky, I think they were using that as a setup to later on be able to invade Ukraine. Not the Zelensky refusal to Trump, but the whole NATO issue. That's what I think. What do you feel on it? Anything or
Kevin?
So what was that again? Just using what as an excuse to
the Trump was very much anti-NATO. All right.
oh yeah.
And so is Putin, because Putin didn't want NATO in Ukraine because of NATO. I mean, if Ukraine would have joined NATO and if Putin would have invaded Ukraine, then NATO would have fought back, all the NATO countries. And so I'm thinking that Trump and Putin kind of colluded to look bad, look bad to keep them out of Ukraine. But I think Trump knew that he had plans to invade many years ago.
Yeah, I think it's been planned for a while. I think even Hillary Clinton said it best before the 2016. She called Trump Putin's puppet. So I mean, that says it all right there.
And today Trump said, oh, if I was president and my administration, you wouldn't have had any of this going on. I thought, yeah, buddy, you would have helped Putin with the nukes to hit Ukraine.
Yeah.
You would have had the United States in the middle of it.
That's right. Trump would have been there opening the gate saying, come on in, Putin, come on in. And my guides show me that that Trump also gave Putin a lot of our secrets. And I am convinced.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I just wonder if any of that will come out. I think so.
I'm sure. Well, but I just think it's fascinating how good our intel is. It's magnificent.
It really
You're
is.
literally naming dates and times and
Yeah.
and so when the US speaks, I listen.
That's
Because
right.
it's not hearsay, it's for real.
I agree with you though, Mel. I do feel that a lot of that information will come out, but it feels like it's a little while off still. Maybe another year, too.
Well, Kevin, you called it. I mean, a lot of us weren't even sure if Russia would invade Ukraine. And you said, yes, Russia
I
will.
was feeling that, yeah.
And Linda, you said something that still rings true. You said that there was some kind of huge event coming that would tie a lot of people in this country together.
Yes.
And
I thought it would be a plus in Biden's pockets too.
right.
Yeah, I see
Something
that.
about this is going to give Biden more people liking him. You start showing pictures of babies and women and children being hurt. And there was just had a picture, heartbreaking, of a father having to drop his little girl and his wife to the bus, and he was staying to fight, and they're all sobbing. Oh God, you start showing these human things, and then, to hell with her, that gal from Fox News. And Tucker Carlson, who always looks like he got to take a big dump.
Yeah, I think Biden's going to come across as really strong on how he handled this situation. And I do think that Russia has some more secret plans that we're not aware of. I do think that he's kind of planning something, not like attacking the US, but maybe more cyber, or attacking, try to attack the power grid or like internet or something like that. I feel
Yeah,
like there's
and I
something
felt we were gonna hit them. Biden said, you hit us and we're gonna hit you 1,000
Oh yeah.
We haven't hit them yet, cyber wise.
Right.
But the people of Ukraine are quite surprised. They still have lights. They still have communication. They thought for sure that'd been cut off.
Well, they are fighting back. And I think Poland's going to amass troops at their border too. And I don't, I think Putin doesn't realize what he's bitten off here. Linda, I just thought of another name for Tucker Carlson. When you say it looks like he's got to take a dump, I'm going to start calling him Constipated Carlson. Because he's full of it, that's for
The
sure.
way he looks at that camera, he always looks like, I'm constipated. I got to go.
I thought of a nickname that rhymes with Tucker Carlson, but I won't say it on your
I
channel.
said that too. It starts with an F.
Yes, it does.
I think we were all thinking it, but I ain't going to YouTube jail.
No, no.
Okay. Will the US military go after Russian forces inside of Ukraine or Putin personally? That's a good question.
Not inside of Ukraine because it's not part of NATO yet. They can't, or you'll start World War III.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I do not see any nukes going off. What's interesting though is why did they want Chernobyl? Why did Russia take on Chernobyl and blast some of those places where nuclear waste is located?
I don't know if there's a lot they can do with it. I mean,
That place is haunted. I saw some Ghostbusters that were in
creepy.
there. That place is haunted.
oh, yeah.
Creepy, yeah. Yeah, I feel like there was something behind. There's something there with the Chernobyl thing. I haven't picked up on it yet, but he has a lot of secret things planned.
Well, he wants to do things to make Ukraine look bad.
I think it was psychology. We have Chernobyl, and think about it. Chernobyl was a nuclear power plant. So what does that represent? Nuclear energy. And if you mess with us or you do anything to us, then, this same thing's going to happen to you. I think it's a psychological warfare. That's the whole thing about Chernobyl. My thing with Chernobyl is take it because nobody wants it. I mean, there's really.
It's interesting too, because we kept saying what was going to happen. And Zelensky was like, why are you guys removing your American people? Why are you getting all upset? And these people were really kind of shook up because they didn't really expect that Russia would do this.
Exactly. You're right. So people want to know, okay, how about the United Nations? This person is asking, will the United Nations sanction Russia or go after them?
I don't know about going
Sanction.
after them, but I see sanction. I
Yeah,
see
I agree.
that the Russian people are going to take Putin out. I can't emphasize that enough. Sometimes I can just feel it.
No, me too.
I see that he's going to have to start, because I even feel, and I heard this, and I don't know if it's true, and entertainment purposes only. I heard that his ex-military heads are saying he's a madman. He's lost his mind.
Right.
Somebody needs to get him out of there. That's what I heard, and I totally believe it because I didn't listen to his speech. But people are saying it was real choppy and it didn't make any sense.
Oh, I heard it. It was rambling. It was disjointed. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to just.
Kind of like Trump when he was talking about, you can take disinfectant and stick a flashlight up your rear, right? Right? Anybody? Dr. Burks, anybody?
Well, even the diplomats in Russia were talking about. I don't even think they were expecting him to invade, because they were talking about wanting diplomacy and talking with us. I mean, I think that they were a little caught off guard too.
I'm telling you, I can feel it in my psychic bones. There's discussions going on as we speak about how to get rid of this pure and present danger.
Yeah.
They're talking amongst themselves, and there's a lot of military people are not happy about bombing Ukrainians. They're just not happy.
No, not at all.
These are their own people.
Yeah.
I guess, the question is, I just heard on television, I want to get home and get caught up on stuff. But, somebody's thinking that Kyiv, I think it's pronounced Kyiv, will fall within 3 days, but I don't see it that quickly. These people, I mean, he's already amassing, the President Zelensky is already amassing a lot of forces. So I guess the question is, how long will this go on?
What I saw was a white flag, and I think it's Ukraine, that maybe that city, that they're going to be so overwhelmed with military that they actually fly the white flag. I don't know if Zelensky will be captured, but I almost feel like they think they've got it, and then something's going to happen.
So the next question that people are asking is, what is the outcome of this invasion? Does Ukraine become part of Russia? Does it?
No, Ukraine will get back on track to what they were before.
Okay.
And eventually I see Ukraine and some of those other countries joining NATO.
Yes, they'll
It's a
join.
little while off though, but yeah.
You know, somebody prophesied, some great psychic, I don't know which one it was, that eventually Russia was going to be our friend. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Eventually Russia would be our friend.
I've said that.
You did?
I have said that, yes.
Yeah, well,
I
it
don't
was
feel
in
like
like
it's-
either Notre Dame or it was Sylvia Brown or somebody said down the road, eventually, Russia, or I think it was Edgar Casey, Russia would be our friend.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's the next administration in Russia. I think it's going to be somewhat short-lived. But after that, I do see an alliance between Russia and the U.S.
Because the ones I worry about are like Iran and China. We're going to have to gather together to fight another enemy, but it's not Russia.
China concerns me more than
Yeah, China.
Russia. So that brings up another question. A lot of people want to know, because China came public and said they support Ukrainian sovereignty.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are wanting to know, is China behind closed doors kind of?
Yeah, no, then they said they were for Russia.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
were wishy-washy.
they're two-faced. They're two-faced.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
not them. It's that guy that is in charge of them. He plays both sides of the road because their economy's hurting too.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't afford for the United States to pull something on them. Although they could call in all their loans and they really mess us up.
So that brings up another question. Do you think that China is helping Russia to fund this war against Ukraine?
No.
I just heard no as well.
Russia has how big is their economy? Rhode Island, somebody said they're no bigger than Rhode Island or New Jersey or something.
What, their economy or?
Yeah, their economy.
Oh, I don't know, but their size.
They, it's like peanuts. It's like the size of his Wee Willie Winky.
The size of his nose.
It's no.
Russia's huge land mass. I don't know about their economy. I don't know much about that, but
It's pretty small for
It's
for
very
developed
small.
nations. Not super small, but it's not like the U.S. or China. I think even India has a bigger economy.
really.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's so funny because where does Putin get all this money? He gets a lot of money
Well, he's
We
getting
take all the money from the people.
from the oligarchs.
right.
Yeah,
And the people. That's right.
yeah, because they
Uh-huh.
live all in poverty, and it's the oligarchs and him are living fat.
Well, I think he wants Ukraine because of the natural resources.
Oh, definitely.
During World War II, afterwards, when Stalin was in power, Stalin killed 20 to 40 million people, and he killed a lot of Ukrainians. He starved them to death because they were producing wheat. So he took all the wheat from Ukraine and sold it and kept the money and put it in his own pocket. And so that's why they called it Stalin's gold. And so I think that Putin wants Ukraine so he can capitalize on a lot of those resources.
They have some minerals too that are good for Intel or something to do
Right.
with
The
computer
computer
chips.
chips. Yeah.
Right.
And he also wants to restore Russian glory to the Soviet Union. And if he had it his way, he would take all of those.
Oh, he would, including Poland.
Yeah.
Well, my guys have been telling me that for a long time. He wants a lot of those countries back from the former Soviet Union, and he's doing it in, I think, Kazakhstan or one of those stands somewhere. And he's got Belarus as a cohort, But my guys tell me he will not succeed in that at all. Nope.
My guy said, who?
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 Ooh.
Oh, that nobody? That's soon to be nobody? Wee Willie Winky?
How long do you all think this thing's gonna last? My timing blows. I don't,
Well, a true psychic can't really give good timing.
I know.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be super long though.
Yeah, I'm not
it might be
feeling like
a couple
either.
months.
It's not gonna be another Afghanistan,
No.
What do you think will end it?
huh?
What do you think will end it?
Oh,
Somebody taking out Putin or
Putin
running?
getting arrested or taken out.
Hmm.
I can see them marching out there, marching him out there in his little skivvies now.
The walk of shame.
The walk of shame.
Shame. Naked. Shame. Let me get my binoculars so I can
People
see.
getting telescopes. Is it really?
Let me get
Is
my
it really?
binoculars so I can see what he's got.
Is he a human? Oh my God, it's looked like a nub. Him and Trump with the much.
King Putin is really the queen. Oh my God. Look, we should,
Entertainment purposes only, folks.
Yes.
we should get t-shirts like that. That's his new name. That's
I
what,
want a t-shirt that has Trump's face that says mushroom head and Putin with nub knob.
that's
Oh my
good. That's gonna be what we're gonna call him from now on. We're gonna call Putin officially the nub.
The nub. I like it.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay, everybody watching, you're getting a good laugh tonight.
yeah,
think-
hopefully you guys are laughing, yeah,
I think we need it.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, Mel, get your act together.
Snap out of it.
Snap out of it, Blanche. Okay. Real quick, let's change subjects to New York. New York. Why did those people resign? Were the two?
There were two prosecutors.
Yeah, why did they?
I feel that they were threatened, but the DA, there's something fishy there. I feel like he was either bribed or something, because I feel like there was a money transaction there. But the prosecutors, I feel like they were being threatened.
Linda, what do you think?
Oh, I think he was cutting them off at the pass. He was giving them such a hard time. They said, why are we even here?
You mean the new?
The new guy, and the new guy's
Yeah.
a plant, by the way.
He's a what?
He's a plant.
Ah,
He came in under Trump or Russia or something.
so
Yeah, he was paid.
Yeah,
Do
he
you-
was paid.
So do you think that the prosecution will continue? That investigation will continue?
Well, I see them finding out the real reason that all this happened and that guy gets replaced, but I don't know if the time frame went by too long. But I do see Letitia James and I do see Georgia and I do see Trump in trouble for instigating, because now, Supreme Court said, forget about it, because he said, they can't sue me over the January 6th. It's executive privilege. They can't have that information. The Supreme Court said,
The Supreme
they'll
Court.
cut your rights as for women's rights, they'll cut gay rights. But with Trump, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
They literally say, never mind.
Right. But the outcome that I see hasn't changed. My guides still show me that he's going to be under indictment. I don't see him going to jail. And I keep seeing a lot coming
I
out.
think it might be the IRS.
Mm.
The IRS can still come in and do a whole thing. If the state wins their case, if Letitia James wins her civil case against Trump, the IRS will take it to a federal level.
I'm sure.
I've always felt that New York was the main reason why Trump gets in trouble. So I agree with Linda. I feel like some information will come out about the district attorney. But I'm not sure if it's that case or if it's the civil case with Letitia James. But I've always felt New York was like the major reason why.
And it has to do with
And the
money.
January 6th.
And it has to do with money, but it's deep, big time,
Yeah.
deep trouble with money, which would be the IRS, which is how how you take out these people like him. He lied, and they're going to say you were just, addressed as guilty in a civil court. We have all this information. Now we're coming back. Trust me. And the Department of Justice was looking at this too. Even the Department of Justice may forward it to the IRS, but somehow or the other, it felt like, who's that guy that finally, the only way they brought him down was with the IRS?
Right. Oh,
Like Teflon.
Al Capone,
Was it Gotti or somebody else?
Teflon Don, was it Gotti, I think.
Yeah, and this
Al
is what's
Capone.
going to take. This is what's going to take. And these kind of issues is what going to make his daughter testify against him, not this January 6th commission. I don't know what she's saying to him, but it's like light tapping. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about up the river.
But I still think that, and I agree with you, both of you, but I still think that New York is going to bring Trump down. I mean, there's
Yeah.
something coming
That
in
is
New
New
York. I know. And I've said that all along. It wouldn't be so much federal, but New York. But I agree that, a lot's going to be turned over to the IRS. I guess my big question is, why didn't the IRS catch it sooner?
Because he had his hands in their pockets. Remember, they were afraid of him.
That's right. That's right.
He put some new guy in there, and the guy wouldn't release his records to the person that he was constitutionally supposed to release. It says in the Constitution, if he asks, it doesn't even matter why he asked. You give him the information, that they wouldn't do it.
Right.
Well, the whole family's assets I see being seized at some point. Mar-a-Lago, everything's going to be seized.
No, I've seen that all along.
Yeah.
That I've seen all along. I
We
just
need to design a really nice Orange Crush outfit for him for jail.
put some bling on there.
Let's put some lace.
And
On
we
the
can put up
collar.
there, we can put on there, I love the nub.
And put a little heart on his rear end pocket that says, kiss me quick.
He's going to need to buy some bags of Cheetos for all the Cheeto dust for the foundation he needs.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheeto head. That's when I first met Linda. She asked me if I like Trump. I said, you mean Cheeto head? I can't stand him. And I won't
Yeah.
finish the sentence because it was really bad. Anyway, well, it'll certainly will be interesting, right? I guess final
Oh, yeah.
question. What about the January 6th commission?
No, they're working away. They're going to get there.
They will.
There's some stuff coming out, I think, after they go public. In the next, I think it's a month or two. It feels like it's in the spring. It's going to be really explosive, I think.
I need to ask you guys, do you think Hillary Clinton will actually sue Fox News?
I see a lawsuit, yes.
Is it Hillary Clinton?
I
'Cause,
see.
she really can't be bothered with a lot of this.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Hillary Clinton, but I definitely see lawsuits coming for Fox News.
Because
out there.
Kyle Rittenhouse now wants to sue the gal from the Talk in the Morning.
Oh, yeah.
People called me a murderer. Well, if the shoe fits.
Right. Linda, I think I said on your show that I saw Fox News having a lot of lawsuits against them for, the fake news, the real fake news they put out. And a lot of these people would win these lawsuits, and
Well,
Fox.
this Dominion is really going to get them hard.
Oh, absolutely.
And when that happens, I think either he's gone or he's near gone. And then the sons decide, we're not dealing with this bull anymore, with these liars. We're going to change it all up.
Yeah.
At some point, I see Fox News coming to the center and telling the truth about things.
Well, look at how they were talking about the Durham thing. Oh, and Hillary Clinton, she did this. And then Durham came out and said, no, that's not what I said. It had nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. What I was talking about had to do with the Obama camp. And Fox News went dead silent. They didn't say, oh, by the way, we just got word from Durham that what we're saying is not right. They just let it go.
How convenient.
Yeah.
I see some big name people filing lawsuits against Fox News and winning.
Good.
Whether it's Clinton or not, but I don't even know if she commented on that stuff publicly, but
Well, she said they were close to getting with their banter they were close. There's a word she used. It's a legal word.
Yeah.
And Sean Hannity, come on, Hillary, we'd love for you to sue us.
Well,
Come on, sue us. And then right after that, Durham says, I don't know why these people are saying this, but that's not what I said. And then they just shut up.
they just shut up.
Yeah, I almost feel like it would be too much. She really just doesn't even want to deal with that.
No, and she's not going to run for senator or
No.
governor. She's done.
No. But it reminds me many, many years ago when Carol Burnett sued the National Enquirer because they said she was an alcoholic. And I think it was the National Enquirer, but she won the lawsuit and she donated the money. And so that's what I see coming with Fox. A lot of these people that they lied about are going to sue. And the Dominion thing, you're right. And it's going to cost Fox a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
It's a big lawsuit.
for entertainment purposes only, you guys.
Yeah, but it's going to be, I'm so sorry about this bombing because people are dying now. 160 some odd Ukrainians are dead now.
Wow. But the Ukrainians will fight back and
They'll
Trump,
fight back.
not Trump.
Did you
Putin
see
will-
that little old lady tell those 2 Russian soldiers walking up, what are you doing in Ukraine? And you couldn't understand, because
Right.
I guess they put down on the bottom what she was saying. And
Right.
she went like this with her hand, here, put these sunflower seeds in your pocket. So when you die on Ukrainian ground, some flowers will sprout up.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, it's not going to be popular for Putin either when Russians come back in body bags, because Ukraine will fight back.
Oh, the Russians are going to be mad if their children die over this. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Ukrainians are going to fight back really, really hard.
I even see them underground.
I do too. And I see more like a guerrilla warfare. And you cannot, it's just like what happened in Afghanistan. The Soviets pulled out. We pulled out because it's a war that nobody could win. And I think the Ukrainians, if they have to, they'll start fighting like that, like a guerrilla war.
Yeah, like guerrilla warfare. But God forbid it, they touch a hair on Zelensky's head.
Oh my God.
God forbid that they hurt him and his family, because they've got a thing out now to take him out and his family too.
Yeah.
I am a little concerned for him. I think he'll be okay though, but I am a little nervous
Maybe
for him.
because I don't pick it up. It probably because I can't go there. I can't think.
Yeah.
And arresting like people that are dissidents and putting them in jail or killing them. They're going to try that too. But a lot of this is going to go public, and it's a lot of these people that that are on the repube side that are supporting Putin, they're this is the beginning of the end for them, because
Right.
Kevin, you said this, Linda, you said this, I saw it, a split in the Republican Party, and it's going to be a huge split.
Well, Ted Cruz was praying for the Ukrainian people. Jim Jordan asked for everyone to pray for the Ukrainian people.
Did you hear Pompeo, though, the former Secretary of State?
Oh, he's such a pompous. And you see all that weight he lost because he doesn't have to eat off the dime of the White House anymore.
Exactly.
Well, these crazy Republicans even say stuff like, better Russia than a Democrat. Like, it's just insanity.
It really is.
But I was watching that series on Abraham Lincoln. You guys, if you watch it, it's A&E. And they did a 3-part series on Abraham Lincoln, and I was riveted. I was watching it and they also did a real good one on the Chippendale dancers. Hello, that was easy on my eyes. But there's a lot of there was murder and intrigue. It's all kinds of stuff. But anyway, about Abraham Lincoln, it was as bad as it is now, maybe a little worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
The hatred, that god-awful hatred, and that demanding of slavery, because they really did not consider Black people to be humans, whole humans.
Well, Putin doesn't consider Ukraine to be a country, and he doesn't consider them to be people either.
Nope.
But he's going to find out they are people.
Let them accidentally bomb a dog pound, and then we will pack our bags, Mel.
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm on it.
Oh hell no! You heard those puppies? We're coming.
I'm coming after you. Anyway, okay, any last parting words? Linda, I know you're exhausted. Kevin,
I'm
I'm
exhausted.
but you know what?
Right.
Thank you guys for doing this. I just
Oh,
wanted to
sure.
put
Well,
some-
if we can help people get a little bit relaxed, I feel much more relaxed, actually.
So
It's
do
almost
I.
like it was building and building. It happens, but I'm not feeling, I do feel they might take over Ukraine, but it's not going to last very long.
I don't know if they will take it over completely. You know, I see it kind of split, but you know, they could end up getting key.
I saw white flags, so somebody's giving up something.
Right. Well, I agree.
They'll still fight though, even if they do take over.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like you
they'll
were
come
saying.
up from underground and
Yeah.
start taking people out.
They might give up Kiev or Kiev. How you say Kiev?
But
I think.
if Putin's gone, that's it. It's done.
That's-
Yeah.
Bye, you guys.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Now, Linda, how can they, your YouTube channel?
Linda G. Comanche Psychic.
Kevin, how,
And I'm not doing readings anymore, you guys. Sorry.
Kevin, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, Kevin's Loving Vibrations, and I do readings through email. You can email me at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com.
All right. I thank you.
Thank
Yes, thank you. And it was nice meeting you, Linda. I want to
Good talking to you, Kevin.
I want to thank you because if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have my channel. So thank you for keeping me calm for all of these years.
Thank you, sweetheart. And we'll do something without Mel so we can talk about him.
Oh, poor Mel.
No, we should all three get together again.
Let's,
It was fun.
you know, and I owe my YouTube channel to Linda as well. Linda, you've helped so many people and you've been,
Well, that's my job.
well,
It's a
and
pleasure.
you're a wonderful friend. So, and sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you all stay well. Linda, Monday, we're together, right?
Monday, we're doing our gig. You're going to send me the link.
And then Kevin, next Thursday, I'm with you and,
Yes, on my channel.
and we'll do this again.
Okay.
All
Bye, you
right,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
you guys, bye-bye, namaste.
Namaste.
All right. Let me just figure out how to stop this.